Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Afiq Daniel bin Muhammad Huzar Juemi, and will be presenting about the causes and effect of flood. First of all, before we start, did you guys know what is flood? According to WHO, flood are the most frequent type of natural disaster and occur when an overflow of water submerge land that usually dry. Flood usually happen when an excess water submerge the normal level of the river. Types of flood. There are three common flood types. First one, flaval flood, also known as river floods. Second one is flash floods, and the last one is coastal flood, which are often called a storm surge. Each type of flood occurs and is forecast in different way. The impact of each type of flood are also different, and so are the action you need to take to avoid or minimize flooding damage is also different. Without wasting any time, we go to the causes of the flood. What are the actual causes of flood? Should we just point to blame the weather? No. A part of yearly flood phenomenon, there must be the other factor that causes a flood. By referring to this pie chart, the research has been done by the government that show that they have the other factor that causes a flood. By referring to this pie chart, it show that it have 6 factor that can causes a flood, which is the highest percentage of the factor is drainage system with 28% of the factor. Second highest is pollution with 20%, and third factor 18% is poor urban management with 16% percentage is environmental factor. And in this chart, it shows that weather is only 11% of factor for the flood. Let's take a look with 16% contribution of causes flood, which is environmental factor. This shows that it's very important to keep the drain clean from trash that can clog the drain and interrupt the water to flow smoothly it should. This is because clogged drain will causes the water will not flow and it will stagnate in the same place and it will causes a flood. Based on the chart, it shows that raining is not the main causes of the flood. Heavy rain only consume 11% of flood causes in this chart. However, very poor long rain can causes a monsoon flood that usually happen in eastern Malaysia, which is Kelantan, Pahang and Terengganu. They have 3 effects of flood, which is the first one is loss of life and property. Immediate impact of flooding include loss of human life, damage to property, destruction of crops, loss of livestock, non-functioning of infrastructure facility, and deterioration of health conditioning owing to the waterborne disease. The second effect is psychosocial effect. The huge psychosocial effect on flood victims and their families can traumatize them for a long period of time. The loss of loved ones can generate deep impact, especially on children. Displacement from one's home, loss of property and livelihoods, and disruption to business and social affairs can cause continuing stress. The stress of overcoming these losses can be overwhelming and produce lasting psychological impact. The last effect is mass migration. Frequent flooding resulting in loss of livelihood, production and other prolonged economic impact and type of suffering can trigger mass migration or population displacement. Migration to developed urban areas contribute to the overcrowding in the cities. These migrants swell the rank of the urban poor and end up living in marginal land in cities that are prone to flood or other risks. Selective outing migration of the workforce sometimes create complex social problems to the society. In a nutshell, it's crucial for government and public to understand that the main cause of the flood is not the rain, but the main cause of the flood is improper and insufficient drainage system. Before I end this speech, I would like to remind everyone to control what we can control. We definitely cannot control the weather, but we can be a responsible person, such as do not throw the garbage to the river that can causes a flood to the affected area. Let's end this speech here until we meet again. Thank you.